So when you open SolidWorks, you'll always start with a part, and then you'll assemble it, and then you'll do a drawing of that part. So we'll start with the part, and then we will draw our toaster in that. So when you beginning using SolidWorks, there's two major tabs that we're going to use: Features and Sketch. So we'll start with the Sketch, and because I want to draw my toaster, I'll use the rectangle tool, and I'll do the front plane. I'll choose the front plane. I like to look at it. If you see, you will see, keep on drawing like this. So if you press Escape, that will disappear, and I want to look at the view right from the front. So then I'll grab my rectangle tool, and I'll put it there on the origin. You'll see the yellow block appearing there. Click on that, put it away. So SolidWorks, you draw it random, and then you add measurements. So I'm going to add the measurements to it. So I'm going to make it 180 high. So I'll click on the top there, on that little point there, and on that point on the bottom, put it away, and then you can just enter the 180 mils. You can press enter or press the green tick there, and then we'll go, we're going to make it 200 wide. So I'm going to pull that down, and then I'm going to delete that 275 and just make it 200. So you can either enter or click on the green tick there. Okay, now I've made my toaster 180 high by 200 wide. If you down click on this little scroller wheel of the mouse, the round scroller wheel, you can sway it around to see it's still paper thin. Now I want to make it into a 3D solid. So what I'll do then is I'll go to Features, you'll go to Extruded Boss Base, and then I'm going to make it 170 wide. So here on the left, there where it says it goes to 10 mils always by default. So I'll just make that 170, and then give it a green tick. So now I've made my little toaster, or it's still a solid block, 200 by 180 high by 170 in depth. So now if I want to curve the ends, I can just go to my in features, my fillet tool, and by default it will also go to 10 mils. So if you look there, it's 10 mils. So if I click on that line and that line there and give it a green tick, you can see it fillets it or it gives it a curve, but the right word is fillet. And then I want to fillet the other ends maybe to 5 mils, so I'll fillet again. Then here on the left hand side, you change the 10 mil default to 5 mils. And then when you've done that, you click on it, and then you can click on all the lines that I want to fillet at 5 mils. So you can do multiple lines, and we'll do all the other lines that we want to fillet, and then I'll fillet all of them as well. So that filleted all the other lines at 5 mils. Now, because this is still solid, we have to hollow it out, and then we'll go to the shell tool. It's under Features, the shell tool. Then if you click on the bottom, it wants to make the thickness of your material 10 mils, but we'll make that 1.5 mils. So we'll, on the left hand side there where the orange circle appears, I'll change that to 1.5 mils, and then I'll give it a green tick, and you can see once it done the command, it's hollow inside. Now all I have left to do is to cut the two parts in where the bread will be put in to make the toast. So I'll go back to Sketch. Now when you do something SolidWorks and it's a 3D drawing, you have to click on the view that you want to click on. So I'll click on the top view, and I'm going to make two slides for my toast there. So I'll use the rectangle tool again, and then just randomly draw on there, and then draw another one. See that blue line that appears? That means that I'm in line with the first one. And if you go there, so I know they're in line. Now I want to add dimensioning to it. So I'll make it 20 mils away from the end. So that measurement there, I'll just change it to 20 mils. So at the end, you draw stuff on with no measurements, and then you add the measurements afterwards. So I'll click on this one there as well, and then make that 18.22 also 20 mils. So you can either enter or tick the green tick. And then we'll make it 20 mils thick as well. So there and there I'll go to 20 mils. So I'll make that 20 mils as well. And then the last one is just this one. So I'll click there, and then make that 20 mils. So 20, and then enter or give it a green tick. So now I've drawn it on top of the plane, but it's still just on the plane. So what I'll do is I will extrude cut it through. So you go from Sketch to Features, and then in features there's the extruded cut tool, and it will automatically show me, see those yellow lines, it gives me an indication of what will happen. So if I like the preview, I can just click on that, and then I've cut my 2 little holes in. So just to recap quickly, we just use the sketch and the feature tools. So sketching, you if it's a rectangle, you always use the rectangle tool, and then features does all the other stuff for you, like making it the solid, cutting the holes through. And then if you want to, on the one side, because we looked at Art Deco, we can make an Art Deco motif here. So we'll go back to sketch, and then we'll just use the line tool, and I'll just I won't do this one with measurements, so I'll just do an Art Deco motif on there, so that you guys can do your Art Deco design. And they see that blue line appearing there, that means that I'm in line with the previous one, and there's one there. And then I'll just go down there, and remember you have to close this, otherwise if it doesn't turn that blue you can't extrude it. So now I'm going to go to the features, extruded boss base, and now it will want to extrude it the 170, the last measurement that I extruded, but I only want this logo to stick out about 2 mils. Okay, and you guys can dimension this, but I just did it roughly for the time. So here's my Art Deco motif stuck on the outside, and there's my outside shell of the toaster. Yeah, that's it.